All right, so tonight, we're gonna be diving deep into BKRDN.
BKRDN,
Yeah, you
you
think of
know,
the
a
new.
district in Germany.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, our main source isn't, like a typical travel blog or
Mhm.
history book or something like that.
Yeah,
It's a rap song.
it is, and not just any rap song.
Oh.
This one's called Doza Crew, BKRDN Platt,
Oh,
and it's in Low German.
wow.
So that adds a whole other,
A whole other.
like, layer to
Yeah,
this.
linguistic and cultural
Yeah,
intrigue, right?
yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
you know me, I love a good challenge.
Uh,
So let's unpack these lyrics
yeah, let's see what they tell us
and see what they reveal about life in BKRDN.
about life in BKRDN. Yeah.
And the song opens with these lines. Abends in de Daumbrum und de Lucht geht es. In BKRDN voor de gang. Doch de Geskenhus.
Okay, so right away, we're in BKRDN.
Yeah.
It's dusk. The lights are going out.
Uh-huh.
And we're walking these narrow streets, Gesken.
Okay.
And we're with a gang. A gang. Okay.
Which could mean like a close group of friends,
Okay.
but it also maybe hints at something a bit more organized.
Interesting.
Like maybe a little bit, yeah.
So we've got this, like, sense of community already.
Yeah.
Like, maybe even a little insular.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
And then we get these lines. Kleine Kneipen, die Mühls sind voll. Hier leeft de Beat, die Jungs sind toll.
Okay, so that's small pubs, walls are packed,
Yeah.
the beat's alive, the guys are cool.
Sounds like a pretty lively nightlife scene.
Yeah, it does. But I think there's something interesting here.
Okay.
It's Kleineiben.
Small pubs.
Yeah, so it's suggesting like a local, intimate
Right.
gathering place.
Not like a mega club.
Right, exactly, not
Yeah.
a mega club.
Yeah.
So it's really reinforcing this.
This close community?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So it's more about, like, connection than
Yeah.
just, like, partying.
I think so.
All right, and then there's this line. Junge Lüd, die Tuben, schnacken mit der Hand.
Okay, so young people messing around, talking with their hands.
Talking with their hands. So it's like communication goes beyond just words.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
And BKRDN.
Yeah, I wonder if it's connected to,
Giga.
Low German itself.
Oh, interesting.
Like maybe it's not as widely spoken anymore.
Uh,
So gestures become even more important,
right, especially for the younger generation.
especially for the younger generation. Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like we're already seeing how language and culture and social dynamics
They're all intertwined.
are all intertwined in BKRDN.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But the song isn't all just fun and games,
Right.
right? We get a little dose of reality with this. Allkrat von grinding, de Himmel so graut, Leben und Röge, aber wir blieft gut.
Okay, so everyone's talking about the daily grind.
Yeah.
The sky is gray.
Uh-huh.
Life might be tough,
Yeah.
but they stay strong.
So, like, this is where the rap song
Yeah.
starts to feel a little bit like a sociological study.
I think so, yeah.
Right. Like that grinding and that gray sky makes you think about
Oh, yeah.
maybe the kind of jobs people have.
Yeah, like what are the industries that are dominant in BKRDN?
Yeah.
Or even absent, right?
Right.
What's missing?
And the fact that they stay strong even though life is tough.
Yeah, droog.
Berge, yeah.
Like dry or tough.
It speaks to their resilience, right?
Absolutely.
Like they're used to facing challenges head on.
I think that's a great point.
And that resilience seems very connected to their sense of community.
Yeah, for sure. And we already saw that.
Right, from the beginning.
Yeah, like that tight-knit social fabric.
Yeah, like that's their strength, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Facing hardship together.
Together.
Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of economic struggle, a strong community,
Yeah.
a unique communication style, but then there's this repeating line throughout the song. Schauweis durch die Stube und de Bäume husen, mit Föhne in der Nacht wohnt sich wilden Busen.
Okay, so always through the dust and the trees roar.
Yeah.
With friends in the night, where I want to rage.
So what do you make of all that?
I think it's so interesting because it's almost a contrast with that grinding we were just talking about.
Right.
It suggests that even though there's hardships,
Yeah.
there's also this kind of wild,
Yeah.
almost rebellious energy.
Yeah.
Especially at night
Especially at night.
in BKRDN.
It's like they're letting loose,
Yeah.
you know, finding some freedom within this kind of confined life.
Right, exactly.
And it always emphasizes mit de Frön, right?
Yeah, with friends.
So that community is really vital to their experience.
It seems so. Even when they're raging.
Even when they're raging. Yeah, but you know what I'm curious about?
What's that?
Those roaring trees.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are those?
Yeah, are they literal trees in a park where they all hang out?
Maybe?
Or is it like a metaphor for something else?
Could be, right?
Some kind of industry?
Yeah, or a local legend.
Or something that's really rooted in Bachreden.
Right.
We should definitely explore that more.
Yeah, it's like every line in the song is just layered with meaning.
It seems like it.
And things take a bit of a darker turn as the song progresses. We start to get mentions of graffiti on the walls,
Okay.
Graffitien op de Venne,
Yeah.
and sirens wailing, Sirenen klingen.
Yeah.
And there's this, harte Jungs die gleiben, that's a powerheit.
Oh, tough guys who think they're powerful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this could just be, you know,
Reality.
like a reflection of reality in any urban environment.
Yeah, that's true.
But it could also be hinting at something deeper, right?
Right. Like, are these tough guys a response to the economic hardships?
Oh, that's a good point.
Or is it a symptom of social unrest?
Yeah.
Or are they just posturing, trying to find their place
Right.
in a world that's kind of overlooking them?
So we're seeing this tension now
Yeah.
between a strong community and these elements of rebellion.
Yeah, maybe even a hint of danger.
Yeah, it's painting a complex picture of Bachreden.
It is. And I think that complexity is what makes this deep dive so compelling.
Yeah.
Because we're going beyond these stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing the nuances of a real community
Yeah.
dealing with real challenges.
Trying to express themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's through graffiti.
Right.
Or this tough guy posturing.
Yeah. And remember, we're just scratching the surface here.
Right.
There are so many more layers to uncover in this rap song.
Definitely.
What about those lines mentioning stories and ghosts?
Oh, yeah.
And how does this all tie into this broader theme of music as a reflection of place and identity?
Great questions.
We'll delve into all of that in part 2 of our Bachreden deep dive.
All right. Looking forward to it. Okay, so picking up where we left off.
Yeah.
There's this line that always gives me chills, you know?
Okay.
It's like, De witten Ugen spieen, in de Damrung schiemenhaft.
All right,
Yeah.
so the white eyes peer.
Yeah, shadowy in the twilight.
It's haunting.
It is.
Voyeuristic.
Totally like,
Makes you wonder.
yeah, who's doing the peering?
Yeah. Who or what is doing the peering?
Yeah, exactly.
Could this be the tough guys?
Maybe.
Then
Or is
it's-
it the ghosts?
I think it's connected to the ghosts.
The ghosts.
Remember that line, Bachreden's Geisterbleit?
Yeah, Bachreden's ghosts bloom.
Yeah, it's like these unseen forces are always...
Always there,
Yeah.
watching, influencing.
Yeah, influencing those who live in Bachreden.
It's like Bachreden is a character itself,
Oh, yeah.
with its own
Hear it.
spirit and secrets.
Totally.
And then there's this line, Uvans du een mol hinhörst, spricht de Stadt mit Macht.
So that's like, once you listen closely,
Huh.
the city speaks with power.
That's key.
Yeah, it's telling us that Bachreden,
Has its own voice.
yeah, its own story.
If you just listen,
If you listen, yeah, it's about paying attention.
not just to the music,
Right. But to those little cues,
the whispers,
the whispers of history.
the stories that shape a place's identity. Yeah, we're being challenged to look beyond the surface here.
I like that it's not just observing Bachreden,
Yeah.
but listening to it.
Yeah.
And then the song gets personal. Ik lang met de gang, doorwijd, one skimum, in Bachreden, du het jeder zien droom.
Okay, so I arrive with the gang.
Yeah.
They're far, where few come.
Mm-hmm.
In Bachreden, everyone has their dream.
So even in a place with, you know, struggles and rough edges,
Right.
dreams still exist.
Yeah, dreams still exist.
Each person, each member of this gang
Has their own Asperger.
has their own vision.
Oh,
It's like saying, hey,
Don't underestimate us.
yeah,
We may be from this place that you see as tough,
right.
but we have dreams, just like anyone else.
I'm also struck by the contrast in these lines. De Mauern wesseln Geschichten, jede Nacht en Dodach mucke dröhnt in de Straten und lang de Waterkant.
So we've got the walls exchanging stories
Yeah, every night and day.
every night and day,
Music's thundering in the streets.
and along the waterfront.
It's like Bachreden is constantly in motion.
Yeah, evolving,
Yeah.
balancing its past
Yeah.
with the energy of the present.
And that music.
The music is not just background noise here.
Right. It's
It's a driving force.
we're driving force, yeah.
It's how they express emotion,
Share stories.
connect with each other.
And it's not confined to just clubs or concert halls.
Right, it's thundering in the streets.
The entire district's a stage.
Yeah, the whole place is a stage for self-expression.
It makes you want to be there, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
All right, now we talked about the tough guys before
Right.
and that element of rebellion.
Yeah.
This next line kind of reinforces that theme. Harte beats, Moives Herz, in jedem Vers. Die Blocks, die uns verbollen, wo die Nacht verkehrs, Dregenblick, Sturm straight. Keine Zeit für das Spiel. In Bockreden de Gang und der Teufelsschnack is chill.
Let's unpack that.
Okay.
So heartbeats, fueling their spirit.
Uh-huh. Braveheart in every verse.
Yeah, showing their courage.
The blocks that connect us.
Yeah, again, that sense of community.
Community.
And then where the night reverses,
What does that mean?
I think it means like a world where their rules kind of prevail,
Oh, wait.
where they can find freedom and belonging.
And then there's that phrase, Teufelsschnack is chill.
Devil's talk is chill.
What is that?
I think it's their way of speaking, right?
Like a local slang.
Yeah, maybe a code
A code, yeah.
that only they understand.
So it's a form of resistance.
Yeah, maybe.
Creating their own language.
Their own identity.
Separate from the mainstream.
Yeah, it's like Bach-Raden has its own culture.
Forged through their shared experiences.
Yeah, and maybe a little rebellion.
Rebellion against the outside world.
I think so.
That rebellious spirit.
It's central to who they are.
Yeah, and they own it.
They do.
You can see it in these lines. Ton so laut, the Banner wackeln, uns Heimat ist so labend, kein Angst vor kein Kumpen, die Gänge für immer stand.
So sound so loud the walls are shaking.
Uh-huh. Our home is alive.
No fear for any companion. The gangs forever stand.
They're really declaring their ownership of Bach-Raden.
They are.
And their loyalty to each other.
Yeah, and they won't back down.
They're shaking walls.
Maybe a metaphor.
Yeah, for their impact on the world.
The refusal to be silenced.
It's like they're using their music and their slang
Their very presence.
to make their voices heard.
Exactly.
Now things get really intense here. Fackelnde Nächte, dat vierblicket hell, von der Brücke schilt uns rufen, kennt the stories well.
Okay, so torches in the night.
Yeah.
The fire burns bright.
From the bridge, calls to us, knows the stories well.
Yeah, it's almost like a ritual.
It is, isn't it?
The torches and fire, maybe a gathering,
Oh.
sharing stories,
Traditions
maybe even a form of rebellion.
against the darkness.
Yeah.
And that bridge.
That bridge keeps coming up.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
We talked about those white eyes before.
Yep.
Could the bridge be where they're peering from?
Maybe.
The vantage point for the ghosts?
Could be.
Or is it more like symbolic?
Right? Like a connection to the past.
A place where they share stories.
And keep memories alive.
I think it's both, isn't it?
I think so too.
It's both a physical link to different parts of Bach-Raden,
Right.
but also this bridge between the past and the present.
Between the seen and unseen.
Yeah, this song.
It keeps getting deeper.
It keeps getting deeper. We've gone from pubs and hand gestures.
Yeah, to ghosts and rituals.
While exploring these themes of community
Resilience.
and the power of music.
And you know what we haven't even talked about yet?
What's that?
Using music as a lens to understand a place.
Oh, that's a good point.
We'll get into that in part 3.
All right, in part 3 of our Bach-Raden deep dive.
Where we'll connect all this to your own life.
And the soundtrack of our own neighborhoods. All right, so welcome back to our deep dive into Bach-Raden.
Bach-Raden.
We've been using this low German rap song,
Right.
Doza Crew, BKRDN Platt,
Yeah, BKRDN Platt.
to kind of uncover these layers of meaning about community
Yeah, community resilient.
and the power of music.
The power of music.
But it's not just about Bach-Raden, right?
No, not at all.
Like what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like it has implications for any place,
I think so.
even like our own neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
I mean, this whole experience has made me super aware
Oh, yeah.
of the sounds around me.
Like what?
Like suddenly I'm noticing
Yeah.
the busker on my corner, the music coming out of that cafe I always pass.
Right.
Even just like the hum of traffic in the distance.
Interesting.
It's all like creating a soundtrack.
It is. Every place has its own kind of sonic fingerprint.
Uh-huh.
Like a tapestry of sounds
Yeah.
that reflects its character, its history.
So like how this rap song gave us all these insights into Bach-Raden.
Exactly.
The sounds of our own neighborhoods can
Yeah.
reveal hidden stories,
Absolutely.
social dynamics.
So how do we start listening to our neighborhoods like this?
Yeah, how do we do that?
Well, I mean, first, just walk around with your ears open.
Okay.
Pay attention.
Okay, ears perked up.
But also think about where the sounds are coming from.
Oh, the sources.
Yeah, the sources. Who's making them?
Okay.
What kind of feelings do they evoke in you?
Yeah, that's interesting.
And how are people interacting with those sounds?
Oh, I see. So it's not just the sounds themselves.
No, it's more than that.
It's about what they tell us about the people
Yeah,
and their relationship to the place.
exactly.
Like those pubs in BKRDN.
Yeah, the Klein Nijpen.
Right, they were more than just places to drink.
They were community gathering spaces.
Storytelling.
Yeah, reinforcing local traditions.
Maybe even keeping Low German alive.
Could be.
What are those kinds of spaces in our own neighborhoods?
Yeah, what are the equivalents?
Like a park where people play music?
Maybe, or a community center.
Oh, with dance classes or something?
Or even just a corner store.
Yeah.
Where everyone knows each other.
You know what? There's a little record shop near my apartment.
Okay.
It's always busy. They have live music sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like a real hub for the neighborhood.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
That record shop.
It's part of the soundtrack.
It's part of the sonic identity of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's where people connect through music.
Yeah.
And that connection contributes to the whole feel of the place.
It's amazing how just paying attention to sound can make you understand a place so much better.
It's true.
And don't forget the power of music to create that sense of belonging.
Oh, absolutely. Remember how the BKRDN rappers emphasize their gang?
Their shared experiences.
Yeah, music can be like a social glue. Binding people together.
Like how certain songs can take you back to a certain time or place.
Absolutely. Or like singing along at a concert.
It makes you feel connected to everyone there.
Exactly. Music transcends language and cultural barriers.
So powerful.
Creates those moments of collective joy and shared experience.
So if we apply that to our neighborhoods, we can see how music shapes our own sense of belonging.
I think so. Whether it's the music we play at home.
Or on our commutes.
The local bands we support. It all shapes how we experience where we live.
This whole deep dive has really shown how much music can reveal.
Unseen layers.
Yeah, we started with a rap song.
In a language most of us don't understand.
And we uncovered all these universal themes.
Community, resilience.
Belonging.
It just goes to show.
Sometimes
the most unexpected sources. Can lead to the most profound insights.
So here's a challenge for you listeners.
Oh, a challenge.
Take a walk around your neighborhood.
With fresh ears.
What's the soundtrack of your daily life?
Yeah. What stories are those sounds telling you?
How do they make you feel about where you live?
Keep diving deep, everyone.
Keep diving deep.